Welcome back, everybody. This time we have a different thing we're doing.
Yay, different thing! This is our first edition of Misscliks of the Month. Comes on Misscliks D&D.
Anna, what is Misscliks of the Month?
Missclik of the Month is a way that we find a role model in geek and gaming who is really embodying that kind of like uplifting female role models idea, whether they are a female role model or uplifting female role models, whatever it is, and really embody kind of the Misscliks pledge and ideals of positivity, that authenticity, that bravery, et cetera, et cetera. And so Coryn here, aka MsSpyte, is well known for being notably a grandmaster in StarCraft 2 and joining the professional gaming team Root. And we're going to just spend a little bit of time getting to know her on the show. Coryn, where are you from?
I am from Guelph, Canada, Ontario. Best place.
Yeah, Canada?
Canada.
Canada.
Cool. And, this is kind of the typical question that everybody always asks, but like, tell us about your gaming history. When did your passion for gaming start and how did it get you here?
Oh, this question. I started when I was like, I don't know, 5. My brother plays all the games. He has an even larger library than I do when it comes to games. So I just started with Sega and Sonic and Mario. And then as soon as we got a computer, my first computer, it was amazing. It was 1 gig. It had 1 gig of space. That's all that computers could do at that point. And we could play Age of Empires and stuff on it. And then we got our, a computer that had 2 gigs, which was breaking barriers, which was great. And then my brother and I have just been PC gamers from that point. We didn't play that much console, but I have a gaming library of a few hundred, probably 400 games.
Nice. You mentioned your brother. You guys have a YouTube show, right, where you play games together?
Yeah,
you
Sibling Synergy.
What? What's the link? YouTube?
Yeah, youtube.com/sibling synergy. I can put it in chat.
Yeah, I wish my brother would do that. My brother streams with me sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. We played with him once.
Yeah.
He went to the Missclik stream.
I have this badass computer that I got from a gaming PC, except it's so heavy. It's 40, 50 pounds. It has water cooling system.
Nice.
I have to lug that up the stairs, put it in his drive to his house that's 40 minutes away, set it all up, and I would stay there for a weekend and we would record Hearthstone or random other games, and then we'd send my computer back.
Sounds like so much fun.
It is. It's a great time. My brother's amazing.
So you kind of grew up gaming, and then what drew you to StarCraft and eventually to putting enough time in to become Grandmaster? Because that's a huge time commitment.
It's really recent as well.
It never starts out that way. For me, it's I start a game and it's always for fun. And when I started StarCraft 2, it's because, 11 years after StarCraft 1, there's enough hype that you should want to play StarCraft 2. And I played fastest maps when I was younger. I didn't understand 1v1 at all. And I was still pretty nervous playing 1v1 in the beginning with StarCraft 2, but eventually I'm very competitive, so I wanted to beat people. That was the only reason I started playing a lot.
And how many hours per day would you say you played StarCraft at that point?
When I first started, I was maybe 15 hours, 20 hours a week, because I was streaming while I was in school, university. And then when I joined Root and stuff, it was 30 hours a week, 25-ish. Stream 5 times a week, 5 hours. Oftentimes less though. I didn't really. I don't know. It's hard. Hard game. Hard life.
It is a hard game.
It makes me cry. It's so scary.
What was the experience like of joining Root? I know you mentioned that it was something that you had wanted to do, and I know a lot of people have kind of that goal of joining a professional gaming team. What was that decision like for you to join them?
I wanted to join Root for so long. It was I got a lot of offers from a lot of different teams, and I the only ones I would ever consider are the ones that came, professionally and had a very professional way of asking me, which was very few in number, surprisingly. But I always wanted to join Root. So when they offered, 4 months ago, I was like, yes, I will do that. I will come to the Root House.
That's
Here's
great.
a question.
All Zergs. It's like there was one Terran at the house, I guess, and then everyone else was Zerg. So there was 5 people there. I could just ask at any point in time. Help
So
me.
that's a third
For
layer.
the swarm.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was awesome.
And
So-
how was the reception of the community?
I think pretty good. I stay off of Reddit for obvious reasons. I never go on it. I never post. I go on it, but I don't post. But someone, said that, MsSpyte joining Root, huzzah! And there's half of it would be dumb comments that's voted down, and the other half, good job. You worked hard for your stream. You can join the team. That's good. So reception was good. Or unless you're talking about the Root House, in which they were really nice. Awesome.
That's cool. Did you live at the Root House? Am I remembering correctly?
Yep, for 2 to 3 months, I think. Yeah, I did.
What was that like?
Pretty good. It was a big house. I'm the messiest person.
Really?
I'm pretty gross. Most people don't know that. I would have my dishes on my desk and I would do them all at once because that's what's most efficient to me. I don't understand doing your dishes one at a time. So silly.
That's really funny.
They had a nice pool in the back. So yeah,
I'm jealous of that.
That's funny that you mentioned that because I lived in a team house as well. And usually what people will say is especially if they're the newcomer, they'll be like, oh, everyone was so messy. I just couldn't stand it. So it's rare to be yeah, I was messy and they didn't like it.
Hey guys, I come with this. There was 30 dishes already dirty.
I was bad.
So I know that we only have you for a few minutes, but just wanted to get a sense of kind of what's on the horizon for you. I know that you were mentioning that something you're really passionate about and something that I think you've done some speed art videos and things is the design and art, right?
Yes. It's my dream to work. My dream, my big dream is to work for Valve because I love Valve.
Cool.
But steps along the way, I want to work for a gaming company. I want to help design games or do concept art for creatures and stuff. In school, I did arts and sciences with a double minor. So it's zoology and then studio arts. So zoology, I get to study all the organisms and the evolutionary pathways and stuff. So I understand why creatures look the way they do. So when I combine that with art, I can create cool creatures that have interesting folklore, right? So that's how that turned out. And yeah, I just want to look for a job now for designing games. I'm so excited. I'm happy.
That's really cool. Those two areas of study would really make you, and especially being a Zerg player too, I would guess.
I was a creepy kid when I was younger. I was really into drawing, but I would draw skulls that were had blood coming out of it.
Oh,
and stuff,
damn,
pentagrams in the eyes. And I was so obviously I would love Zerg because it's creepy as shit. It was good stuff.
Well, I mean, I guess, and I hate to even point out that being a girl who's GM StarCraft is pretty rare, and kind of being in the public eye that much for gaming, and playing Zerg and being into creepy crawlies is sometimes looked on as not very common for women. So have you experienced any roadblocks as you've kind of been putting yourself out there as a role model in gaming, or has it been really accepting and anything like that?
Well, I think most streamers have difficulty because they always get really bad emails. There's always those few people that make it their goal in the day to make you uncomfortable and mean and stuff. But I always found the hardest thing was StarCraft for me. It always made me really angry and frustrated. And yeah, so people in chat can be pretty difficult too. But if you have a positive attitude when you're streaming, people will see that and they won't think that they can get under your skin, so you'll just see less negative messages. So it's it's a really crazy thing. I don't know. It's all cyclical. So.
Makes sense. I mean, and you can see why we wanted Coryn to be a representative of Misscliks, as she, that positive attitude is something that is really important to us and that we've found to be one of the pivotal things in kind of continuing to move gaming culture toward a better way, a more positive way. So we really appreciate that. And I guess I want to talk to you all day, but I know we have to let you go eventually. Where can people find you and what can they expect from you in terms of your online presence? I know that you're going to be toning down the streaming a little bit, but you're going to be streaming lots of different kind of games, right?
Yep. I'm going to try streaming more indie games and games that are like newly released because they'll be fairly relevant. So games like Transistor, and the people that made Transistor made Bastion, so it has a really nice soundtrack, story, like even like weapon system. It's really fun. But they can find me at Twitter, which is @MsSpyte. And yeah, be streaming kind of erratically because I will be looking for a job and evaluating priorities and stuff. It's kind of strange. Sorry.
And in looking for a job, I mean, if the person who has your dream job open right now is watching Misscliks D&D right now, and they're like, man, I want to hire this girl, where can they find more information about your art or, be watching for you to find them, I guess?
Oh, I'll post it on Twitter. Like I normally post my new artworks on Twitter, so I should link my DeviantArt there too, and they can find it on there. So
very cool. Sorry, I talked a lot. Did you guys have any other questions that I missed?
No, maybe just remind the audience that we're gonna do a more in-depth interview with Coryn, if I pronounce it correctly. And we're gonna post all of that on our YouTube by the end of the month because she's the June, so we're gonna promote her all month.
And she'll be all over our Twitter and things, so, be sure to keep in touch with the Misscliks Twitter as well as her Twitter. We'll be telling you about all of her many adventures throughout the month of June.
Favorite Terran unit?
Raven?
Okay.
Raven's cool.
Legit. That's legit.
I'll accept this.
What's your favorite Zerg unit, Neil?
They're all crappy, but Zergling or Baneling? Baneling,
Yeah.
Zergling if you get all the upgrades, or Baneling for landmines.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Coryn. We've taken a ton of your time. I really appreciate you coming on. And like Stephanie said, we'll see you throughout the month.
Yep. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Coryn.
Bye.